Good morning, good morning. This is Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, Jacqueline Richardson, whatever y'all call me. I'm sleepy, y'all. I'm trying to get myself together. But let's check the weather here in Charlotte. Alexa, what's the weather here in Charlotte today?
Right now in Charlotte, it's 41 degrees Fahrenheit with showers. Today's forecast has clouds with a chance of showers, with a high of 52 degrees and a low of 32 degrees.
Kind of chilly. But it's a lie. Every time it says it's cold and I go outside, I'm sweating. I put on all these clothes. I be like, okay, it's going to be cold today. I got a scarf around my neck, hat on top of the wig. And I'm like, it's hot. Why is it so hot? They be lying. Anyway, today we're going to talk about farting and pooping. Yeah. And I heard on the radio, I was listening to 108 Soul. And I think her name is Lala Loca. She was talking about women that hold their farts and wear makeup to bed and get up before they mans to put the makeup on and then go back to bed. That's strange to me. It's actually kind of crazy, I don't know what's wrong with that other generation, that they can't be natural, I'm going to tell y'all some stories, myself, I call those type of people, they have pride, but too much pride, you got to love yourself, you can't always be that perfect person. And don't nobody want a perfect person. If I got to see you always in a perfect state, I don't want you. Because I want to know what you're like on an everyday basis. That's just me, And most men are like that too, I've never had a problem, Matter of fact, we're going to get into the farting part of this thing. I can't remember every time I farted around my mate, but sometimes we crack jokes over it, especially if it ain't smelling right. Y'all ate some fried chicken and say some black eyed peas. Everybody farting. The whole house is smelling. We going through the house spraying. So I mean, how can you do that to yourself? It makes you sick. And that's what people have to realize. That bad bacteria, that bad gas that's in your body, that stuff will make you sick. And then now you got to go to the hospital because you're sick. There's been times, and I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I'm not going to say no names because I don't want them choking me after this podcast. But I've been married twice. I have baby daddies. And I've never had a problem with any of them complaining about me farting or pooping. Never. I'll go to the bathroom and be like, look, I got to poop. I'll be back, Or, I used to say back in the day, I had actually made this song with me and my daughter and my niece. We used to make this song. We used to sing this song called I Got a Doo-Doo, when I was in the Bronx. And that would be our song, and our stomach started hurt. We'd be like, we got a doo-doo, we got a doo-doo, we got a doo-doo. We just go on with it. Go to the bathroom and doo-doo. And then, these people that kill me now, the older crowd, the ones that's older than me, they want to use the term BM. I got to go do a BM. I got to, what is a BM? Bowel movement. I'm like, okay, you got to, I ain't going to say the word because we ain't supposed to curse. Okay, got you. All right, go do your BM. So I be laughing at them with that BM thing. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, people, it's normal. It's a normal act, okay? Everything that breathes, that eats, farts, poops, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Everything that breathes, like I was telling people before, everything that breathes have sex, okay? It's a natural act. This is just what it is. The body was designed this way. And if your mate can't accept you farting or pooping, then it's something wrong with him. You need to get away. I don't care how much money he's giving you, because that could be the only reason why you're doing that dumb. It's because he's giving you money. But that's more reason for you to be normal and natural, because he'll accept you faster. You're being yourself. Because there's no reason for you to be holding your farts while you with a dude and y'all sleeping in the same bed. Because best to believe when you go to sleep, if that fart want to come out, it's going to come out. And he going to smell it and hear it anyway. So what's the issue with you girls? Y'all got to get it together. I don't know what's wrong with y'all generation, you know. And I don't never look down on people or judge people, but y'all got to mentally get it together. It's something wrong going on. And y'all got to get it together, you know. Like I said, I'm going to tell y'all some stories. I remember one time I was sick. And my belly had ate some ice cream. Y'all know I'm lactose intolerant, so y'all already know it's going down after I eat some ice cream. So I was like, we walking, you know, holding hands and, you know, the lovey-dovey thing, you know, how that go. And then I'm like, oh, my belly. He like, what's wrong? I said, I think it's that ice cream. He's like, you got to go to the bathroom? I said, yeah. He said, okay. So I go in the bathroom. The bathroom is nasty. You know, I have a big problem with going to the bathroom in a nasty bathroom. You know, very, very big problem. And it's crazy because all my kids is the same way. If the bathroom is nasty, they will not use it. I don't care if we go visit a person, we there for 2 hours. They'll be like, Mom, we got to go. Why? Because I got to go to the bathroom. Well, it's the bathroom in there. No, I'm not going in there. You know, it's sad. My people's like that, but that's just what it is. So I said, I can't sit on the toilet. I don't even want to put the toilet paper on the toilet and sit down on top of it. That's how nasty it is. So he was like, okay. I said, well, come in there with me. He was like, that's the girl's bathroom. I'm like, I don't care. Just come on. So he came in the bathroom with me. He put his arms up under my arms and held me up so I could let loose. And then he said, you feel better? I said, no, not yet. And then he said, okay, try again. I said, okay. And then I tried again and I went. He said, you feel better? I said, yeah. You know, cleaned myself up and everything and washed my hands, came up out of there. We resumed our relationship. He said, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. And then that made him hug me even more because I was sick. You know, he was like, oh, like my baby's sick. Oh, you okay? You sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. You know, so I got more love for having to poop. So this is why I don't understand why these women be holding they farts and they poops. Then I got one, we cracked jokes. I'm going to tell y'all this story. I was up in Atlantic City. It was funny. We all laughed. My whole family laughed all night. Y'all know when I go to Atlantic City, I was, you know, rent 2 rooms for my kids and myself. Because, you know, I got a lot of kids. Not a lot, but, you know, got a lot of kids. And we don't want to all be in the same room. You know, that's just too much for me. So anyway, we go to the, what's that? Bally's? I think it's in Bally's, y'all. But it's damn, I can't even think of the name of it. It's one of those where you pay one price and you eat everything, or you can eat. You're one of those. Right? And the place is expensive, y'all, because it's like $60 a head, you know. But what you got to do is get you some coupons. And you got a lot of big family, you know, get you some coupons. You pay for some, and the others eat free or eat, you know, lesser price. That's how that works. But anyway, it was all you can eat. So we get up in there, you know, we got a nice table. We eating and everything. And I'm eating the crab legs. I love crabs. So I'm eating the crab legs, me and my grandson. And my grandson went to go get more crab legs, and they were gone. So the man saw that he kept walking over there looking for the crab legs. So what he did was he brought the crab legs to our table. And he was like, you know, I saw y'all wanted more crab legs and brought the crab legs to our table. So it was a lot of crab legs. So I'm like, he can't eat all those by himself. I'm starting to eat the crab legs with him. So we full of crab legs. We ain't eat nothing but crab legs. Well, we get back to the room and I passed gas. And it smelled like the sea. Okay, I ain't never experienced nothing like that. And my significant other said, It smells like the sea in here. I said, I know. This is how you know the things that you put in your body, how strong certain things are, is powerful. You know what I mean? So then I passed gas again. And he said, that's your ass. I ain't supposed to be cursing. That's your butt. So I'm like, I know. I said, why does it smell like the sea? He said, you ate up all them crab legs. And I'm like, but I never smelled like the sea. But it was real. We cracked jokes all night. It was so funny, okay? Because I was smelling like the sea. The kids came in and was like, it smelled like the beach in here. And I'm like, I'm acting like I don't know. He was like, because she keeps farting. I was like, y'all are crazy, but we had fun with it. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand why people would do that to their bodies. You know what I'm saying? Allow that bad gas and, that toxic waste to sit up in their bodies until they're away from their mate. It's just like insane to me. You know what I mean? You just can't do it. Our biggest thing right now, especially with this COVID going on, is detoxing on a regular basis. I had a stomach problem back in the day and I still have it a little bit. It's not that bad as it was, but I wouldn't poop for days because I wasn't eating, and the doctor said that wasn't good. I need to poop every single day, and I was like, well, I'm going to make this happen. But I ain't never put enough food in my body for my body to make poop. You know what I mean? So it took days and days and days. And it's still like that sometimes for me. However, with the detoxing thing, I detox on a regular basis. So I'm constantly pooping. That's just what it is. You got to get that waste out. You got to clean the walls of your booty. I know y'all heard, Cardi B talking about sticking your finger in your butt. Don't do that, y'all. Because if you go that far up, you might hurt something. Okay. But she's right when it comes to cleaning your butt. Okay. And that's the way we clean our butt. We clean our butt with the foods that we eat to break down all that waste, and push it out. That waste has to come out. By it sitting there, that's what creates the cancers and the different issues that you may have long-term down the line. And this is why a lot of the younger generations are dying at 30, 35, because they're not cleaning and doing the things that they're supposed to do with their bodies, So you got to choose people, and this is just, it's just the facts, is your choice. Is your world your choice. However, the fact of it is, by you doing these different things, you may die young, and you say to yourself, do I want to live or do I want to die? I'd rather live pretty and die young than be normal and live a long, long time. You got to say that to yourself. I poop every day now, because I be eating. Because I used to didn't eat a lot, That's what caused me to fall out, when I lost weight so much. Your belly gets so small to where you don't even want to eat, especially when you're running and working and you just don't feel it. Hungry. Was hungry, you know what I mean? And I had to learn that I have to eat no matter what. You just cannot eat. The body needs something to burn, and that's what happens, I know y'all see those girls that have what they call dyslexia. That's what people was thinking I was having, dyslexia, because I wouldn't eat, and it wasn't that, but people was thinking that, But yeah, it can be very harmful to the body, You got to take care of yourselves, people. That's just the bottom line, And I'm glad that, like Chris Brown, he did a video with him sitting on the toilet talking about, I think he was saying he got a doo-doo. Oh, no, he said, he said the other word, y'all. I'm going to say it one time. He said shit. I got a shit. Yeah. So shout out to him, for trying to get the people to recognize that this stuff is normal. We are normal people. We are human beings. and we got to learn to love ourselves and take care of our bodies better, and that's just what it is, I was talking to a lady yesterday, and she has, somebody is blowing up my phone, and it's the second time they calling, and I'm on the podcast. Hold on, guys. Hello? Yes.
It looks like you placed an order for 50 green caps and 50 32-ounce jars.
Correct.
It's all ready for pickup here at the store.
At the store.
Yep, this is an order that was given to us this morning.
No, but I can't come to Ohio. I'm in Charlotte.
All right, you want us to ship this out to you?
I spent $23 for y'all to ship it to me.
Okay, we'll get this shipped out for you.
Okay, so how long should it take?
I'm not sure. I'm going to give this to somebody and they'll probably get it shipped out today.
Oh, okay. Y'all need to open up a place in Charlotte, too. Y'all got to expand.
Yeah, our only place is here in Lima.
That's crazy. Okay, but thanks for calling and let me know my shipment is going out.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Lord Jesus, y'all. This is crazy. I'm going to tell y'all. Lady blowing up my phone. She from Ohio. I'm getting ready to launch my Diamond Way bath salt. And, of course, I had to order some products. So she says, your shipment... And I'm like, who's calling me back to back like this? And I don't know nobody in Ohio, but then I had to think about it. I do know a couple of people in Ohio. So I had to, say, let me just answer it, even though y'all was on the podcast. So she says to me, your shipment is ready to pick up at the store. I said, well, I'm in Charlotte. Who's driving all the way to Ohio to pick up a shipment? Y'all supposed to mail it. And I paid $23 in shipping fees for them to mail it. I guess they didn't even look at the invoice. And that tells you how people don't pay attention to nothing. That's the thing with America. Y'all don't pay attention to nothing. And it's sad. It's sad. It makes us look real bad, You got to pay attention to what's going on in the world. If you don't pay attention, you're not going to be ready. People laugh at me. They think it's funny, that I have a freezer in my house. When I go shopping, I buy all this food. You see me getting out the car, I be having all these bags. They looking at me like I'm crazy. What you gonna do with all this food? Put it in my freezer? They gonna eat up the food. No, they ain't. I'll bust a nigga in the head, you eat up all my food. Because I gotta have food in my house at all times. I just got to stock, that's why I got to have a big place because I need the space. I try to have everything that a family would need, due to if anything happens. Like when the COVID happened, and we went to the store, they didn't have toilet paper. They didn't have a whole bunch of stuff, paper towel, people fighting over water, and I buy lots of water on a regular basis. I try to anyway, but we go through it so much. I go through it a lot, because I drink a lot of water. However, I try to stock my house up because I want to make sure I have these things that's needed. Or for some reason, if I lose my job, and when you lose your job, you only have one paycheck coming left, unless you work for Instacart, you get that right away. But, for the most part, in the real world, you know what I'm saying? And Instacart is in the real world, but in y'all world, when you go to work, you work and then you get paid next week. So if you lost your job this week, you only got one paycheck coming. And if you live in paycheck to paycheck, meaning everything, your whole life is paycheck to paycheck. I'll buy food this week. I'll buy my deodorant this week, my toothpaste this week. You know what I'm saying? Every week, whatever. You know how it goes. I mean, toothpaste lasts a little bit longer than a week. I'll buy the smallest toilet tissue because I'll buy some more next week. Those are the people that get caught up when bad situations happen, like the COVID, and then they're crying because they don't have what's needed. Me, I'm a little bit different, y'all. And I'm not telling y'all to be like me. All I'm saying is always prepare yourself, you know what I mean, for the worst. When the COVID happened, I had 7 people living in my house. Okay, let me make sure. Mm, yeah, 7 people living in my house. Okay, and I had already stacked my house with food. I always keep food because the kids, they come in here and we do like activities. And sometimes their parents be gone and, I feed them, make sure they eat. So they don't go home hungry, And sometimes the parents may come home late and don't have time to feed them. So I'll feed them, So that's one of the other reasons why I keep a lot of food. But the point that I'm trying to make is when that COVID went down and I had 7 people to feed, okay, that was my biggest fear. That was a fear that I had, and I said to myself, what am I going to do with 7 people in my home and we don't have everything that's needed, So I had to go to work. I had no other choice. I went out there and I did what I had to do to make sure I got the money, to make sure that what we lost that I had already stacked up on, that I was able to replace, and that's just how you have to live, I buy big bags of rice, that comes from living in New York, we buy big bags of rice. I go to some people, I go shopping with some people and they have big families and they buy this little tiny thing of rice because they having rice tonight. Well, I'm a Geechee. I eat rice almost every night. It's just what it is. So I always buy big bags of rice. I buy 2 different types of rice. I got my long grain and then I have my jasmine because we do Chinese food sometimes. So we have the jasmine rice for the Chinese food and then we have the long grain rice for our other meals. But the point that I'm trying to make, y'all, prepare yourselves, You have to have certain things, and you know this. You have to have toilet tissue. You have to have paper towels. You have to have laundry detergent. You have to have body wash. You have to have toothpaste. These are the things that you want to buy in bulk. So you always have it. Because when things go down, ain't nobody sharing. Like when that toilet tissue and toilet paper strike went on because of this COVID, I wasn't sharing. I don't care if I'm a nonprofit or not. It was hard to find toilet tissue. And if you ain't got none, I'm not giving you none. And I made it clear, and I put it on my nonprofit page. This is the war. This is straight war because I can't afford to give you anything. And it's not because I don't have the money. It's because I may not be able to get it again. And then I suffer. God don't put us in a predicament to make ourselves suffer to help others. He wants you to take care of yourself as well. So with that being said, I had to put some boundaries up. Nobody gets anything. I saw some of my meat missing. And I had to go spend a grip. I'm telling y'all, I had to spend a grip because there was no meat in the regular supermarket. So I had to go to the fresh market. And anybody that shop at the fresh market know they may be high and they meat is good though, but they expensive. So when I have 2 chicken breasts for $18 that's missing, I'ma act up. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? So, people that may not understood, where I was coming from when I was saying certain things on Facebook, but this is who I am. I don't know about anybody else. And I tell you, it's your world, your choice. If you would have listened to what Obama was telling us back when he was in office, you would know that this was going to go down. Okay, we would have known it was going to go down. I knew it was going to go down, and a few other people knew it was going to go down. Shout out to my people in Baltimore, in the Maryland area. We always stay stocked. Always. My girl, she would call me up. Girl, where you at? I'd be like, I'm on my way home. All right, well, let me tell you. Tide is on sale at such and such and such and such. Is it really? Yeah. You got some coupons? You ain't got to go? All right, well, meet me over there. I got a few coupons so you get what you need to get. We coming out of there with 10 bottles of Tide. That's on sale. So I didn't have that problem with people, like talking about me about stocking up in Maryland. I didn't have that problem, because we all do it. because we want to be ready. Because we know we understand what's going on. We comprehend what they be talking about. We don't miss too much. And if one miss it, the other one got you covered. Somebody in our circle and heard whatever's getting ready to go down and going to spread it through the circle so we can be prepared. You know what I mean? So that's how, my life was in Maryland. That's why I love Maryland. It's like one big family there. We all try to help each other, make sure we survive, and that's just what it is, Even the pantries are different in Maryland, It's a big difference from what I see in Charlotte and in New York, So, yeah, y'all have to pay attention to what's going on and start taking care of your bodies, And I was telling y'all before I got that phone call about this lady I met yesterday, and she was telling me, she couldn't have potato chips because she's a pre-diabetic. And for the most part, yeah, you got to fall back on the potato chips, but potato chips is vitamin K, and we need that. Potatoes is vitamin K. We need that. If potatoes were so bad, they wouldn't give it to them in the army. Even though potatoes are cheap and it's the easiest way to fill you up. One of the easiest ways. The same with rice, but it's all on how you prepare it. And that's where people mess up at. You want to make some mashed potatoes, you want to put a whole stick of butter in the mashed potatoes. Okay? So now you're creating not only the starch issue, you're creating a cholesterol issue as well. Okay? Then, when you eat potato chips, you buy the potato chips with bad oil. So I had to tell her, get you some olive oil. She said, yeah, I forgot I got to buy me that. Olive oil is better, yeah. Well, coconut oil is even better than olive oil, but for the most part, you're just getting started, so you don't want to jump from one thing to the next. So, yeah, you want to have food with olive oil. So, anyway, long story short, we talked about it. I told her about drinking vinegar and clearing her system, and, she wasn't that big, so it had nothing to do with her weight, but her body was unhealthy. And that's just the bottom line. You never know when a person's body is unhealthy. So you have to eat right. And so let me tell you something. If you eat right, you're going to poop even more. I ain't never pooped so much since I've been eating right. And I've been eating right for over, since I got sick when I was 17. And I changed my, I didn't change it. The doctor changed my diet. So I would say from 17 to now, okay. Other thing, people, your poop and your farts wouldn't smell that bad if you didn't eat red meat. Red meat stays in the body too long. Okay, and people don't understand that you don't want to eat anything that's going to sit in your body for days. It takes 48 hours for beef to digest in the body, which means that's bacteria that could be growing in the body. And then you go poop and you smell like a garbage can, and you wonder why. So yeah, those people that, let me get that steak, or let me have that filet mignon. We know you stink. Okay? We know. Because this is what you eating. This is what you chose. But it's your choice in your world. You can't knock people for eating. They think eating steak is the best thing ever. I'm going to tell y'all it's the best thing to eat to give your body the vitamins that it needs. And that's fish, salmon, mackerel. Those are the two top fish to eat. Okay? It overtakes that beautiful steak that was put on your plate. Okay? So y'all need to pay attention to that type of thing. I eat salmon at least, I'd say, twice a week. It's expensive, y'all. So I have to slow it down. I go to the club and I get it, the Sam's Club or the Costco's, and get me a big slab of salmon, and it's expensive, but I cut it down, put it in my freezer, and then I have it. So that's what you got to do. So buying freezers is a good thing, y'all. If you're the type of person that want to make sure you have what you need for your family, just in case of an emergency, sometimes we can have money in the bank. And I remember, I'm going to tell y'all this story, and I wanted to tell y'all something else as well. I remember something happened. I forgot where I was. And all the bank systems shut down. We didn't even have access to our own money. It wasn't that long. It was about 2 hours or something. But just imagine if something like that happened for a whole day. And we don't have access to our money. What are you going to do? I mean, this is the reality of things. What will you do if you have no access to your money, even if you have money in the bank? That's why I don't knock some people that do have cash. They say, sure, I'm going to keep me some cash somewhere. Even I got to hide it. I'm going to keep me some cash. That's the old school. The old school, older than me, they used to do the cash thing. Shout out to my Uncle Luther. He never had a bank card. He always saved his money. When we buried him, we had to count up his cash. Okay? He didn't give people money for insurance. Of course, he had to pay car insurance because he had a car. And he had to pay house insurance because he owned a house. But he ain't buy no insurance, none of that. He saved all his cash, and we had to count up that money to bury him. How crazy is that? I thought it was crazy, but I understand the logic on some of it. When some of these old people speak, sometimes we need to listen. We need to put ourselves in their shoes for a moment and just listen and say, well, why are they like this? It's got to be a reason why. Sometimes we be like, oh, they just stubborn or evil or whatever the case may be. And it may not be that. Maybe something they went through. And we just don't know. And that's when you say, can you tell me your story? Why do you do this? If you really want to know that bad, But the fact of the matter is, we have to learn how to be able to take care of ourselves without government assistance. Even if the government is giving you assistance. Budget. You know what I'm saying? Be able to budget and have a little extra. So that way, just in case something happens, you're not on that front line. A lot of people, they talk about, and this podcast is going to be over shortly, but I just want to throw this in here. A lot of people was mad with Trump for the way Trump did things. And I constantly say to y'all, and then the people that I know that was around me that didn't have, okay, when Trump closed the country, the people that I watched out in the markets, the people that I saw begging for money because they had to hurry up and get certain things, okay, if Trump would have been evil and shut down everything, okay, right away, what would y'all have done? Because y'all never prepared. What would y'all have done? I mean, and that's just the facts of it. What would y'all have done if Trump would have just got on TV and said, I'm closing the country today, right now, off the streets, all stores closed, I want everything closed, everybody off the streets? What would y'all have done? Well, being here in the South, a lot of these people would have survived because, they got crops. Some of them got crops, and some of them got fruits in their backyard and stuff. Some of them got animals that they can cook, and the animals walk free, People eat deer, People fish. So some of these people would have survived, but for the most part, for those that don't, oh, my stomach, I'm hungry. For those that didn't have that, that don't have access to that, what would you have done? Because if I was president, I would have closed down the country right away. As soon as when I saw China close down their country, I would have closed down mine. I sure would have. Because they smarter than us. So I would have followed them. And y'all would have starved. I'm going to be honest with you. That's just my theory. So I think he was being nice to you people. Also, I remember back when I was younger, we had a couple of times when we got stimulus checks. I remember $175 and I remember $300 getting stimulus check. I never forget the $300 because I was living on Boston Road, and I remember opening up a check for $300 that I didn't know was coming. And when I called my mom and asked about it, she told me, "Oh, the government is giving stimulus." I can't remember what it was for, what happened, or whatever the case may be. Y'all people got $1,200. This man gave y'all $1,200, and y'all voted him out of office, and then complaining about the $600 that he gave y'all, and he still gave y'all more than what we was getting back in the day. So this kills me the way y'all think. Y'all gotta get your minds clean and clear, because your thinking process is crazy. It's just crazy. The way a lot of these people think. Y'all need to evaluate your thinking process. And that's going back to even with this being natural thing. We were talking about pooping and farting in front of your mate. And that's the other thing, being natural. Being honest. Where's those people at? Everybody they'd rather be a liar. They'd rather be fake, and then the world is just accepting these things. I was looking at, I forgot her name. I was looking at a little story on her. She was saying how a lot of the families with kids that don't have parents, she was throwing out the statistics of, them being high to go to jail, commit suicide, use drugs, and stuff like this. When I was coming up, even if you didn't have a father, you knew it was a choice. These days, the kids are saying, well, what you expect me to do? Look at my life. They use their life as that, this is why I'm the way I am. Back in the day, that was unheard of. Okay, you don't have a father, you don't have a mother, so or your mother's on drugs, so you're going to follow the same pattern. No. In my era, we did it different. My parents embarrassed me all my life, and now I'm about to come up. That's the way we did it. These kids today, now this is the next generation over the ones that won't fart and poop. Okay? Because I'm dealing with all type of generations here. The generation that won't fart and poop and won't be natural, they got some issues. Then you got the next generation, they soaking their sorrows. And they don't want nothing. Because they so upset about how their lives were. Okay, you was caught in somebody else's life. Now it's time for you to live your life. And that's the way it works. I was caught up in somebody else's life as well. I had to live my life a certain way. When I lived in the Bronx, I had to be in the house at a certain time. People couldn't come to my house after a certain time. I had to be in the house by 5 p.m. to eat dinner, or I wasn't eating dinner for the night. And that's just facts. My family, 5 p.m., if you're not at this table, you're not going to eat dinner. So I could be outside chilling with my friends and be like, hold on, what time is it? Oh, shoot. It's 10 minutes to 5, and I'll take off. I'll take off running. Because I know if I wasn't at that dinner table at 5 p.m., I wasn't going to eat. And that's just how my family carried it. And then sometime I would miss dinner and be mad. Then I got to go to bed on Pop-Tarts. Be mad. I'll be so hot. So yeah, so even as a child, when you're caught up in somebody else's life and their lifestyle, just live it out until you're able to live in your own lifestyle and create your own lifestyle. There was a lot of things my people did that I would never do in my life. And then there's some things that I carried along into my life. And that's what y'all have to look at. My people ate a lot of pork. They eat a lot of beef. They eat a lot of salt. I'm not doing that. I gotta take my allergy pills, y'all. But that's just what they did. You know? I'm not doing that. Pork will never touch my table. Pork won't come in my house if I have anything to do with it. You know? Beef, I don't buy it. So if you live in my house, you ain't eating no beef unless you go out and buy it yourself. If I gotta feed you, you ain't eating it. You ain't eating it. And that's just the facts. We are chicken, turkey, and seafood. I eat shrimps and fish at least twice a week. Some type of fish. It don't always be tilapia whitings or salmon. It could be another fish if I decide I want to get some kingfish. You know, it depends. You know, all on how. Maybe a porgy, who knows. But out of 7 days, I personally eat fish. Me. Not my whole family, because sometimes they don't want that stuff. Me personally eat seafood 3 times, 4 times a week. And sometimes I don't even eat meat, period. I'll just eat some vegetables, you know, and some protein. So that's how I live, you know. But everybody's different, you know. But I don't subject my family to eating everything like how I eat either, because I have stomach issues. So I have this thing where I want to keep my body balanced. So I eat a little bit different than the other people in my home. You know, sometimes they'll follow me, but then sometimes they be like, nah, I don't want that. And I understand, you know, because you may see me with a plate of spinach because my body needs iron. Or you may see me eat some seaweed, you know. They talk about that too. You know, she eating seaweed. Why are you eating that? Why am I eating it? Because it's good for me. And if you knew what was in it, you would eat it too. But people would rather judge you instead of investigate. But I don't judge you for having to go pick up them pills for your high blood pressure. I don't judge you for having high cholesterol. I don't judge you because you choose not to go to the doctor because you can't walk and things is going on with your body. I don't judge you, so don't judge me. And see, that's what's wrong with America, you know, with people. They'd rather judge the not common because they're common. You know, does that make sense? They're common, meaning they're just like everybody else, running to the pharmacy for their pills and all that stuff. And you're not common because you don't have those issues. And then they're looking at you like it's something wrong with you. You know, you got to be sick. Because that's the way. That's the American way. No, it's not the American way. That's your way. Your world, your choice. You know. So, yeah. Y'all got to learn to start taking care of yourselves, people. You know. And I know this podcast was about farting and pooping, but you know, I had to throw some other stuff in there too, because it's the reality of life. Being natural, being normal. You know. And that's just what it is. You know, you have to learn to be normal. And normal is the not common. Okay, everybody wants to hide everything but the right things. You know? That's just the way y'all turning it to be. And y'all look real bad to the other countries. Y'all look sad. Our numbers are like off the charts when it comes to people not being normal. Okay? It's crazy. So y'all need to get it together. Seriously. Evaluate your life and make some changes. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Ms. JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm not telling y'all it's tomorrow, but I'll talk to y'all soon.